Ugh. Y'all, why I go through some of my TikTok messages and baby, they didn't delete it so many, it's ridiculous, right? I'm talking about whole years, like 7 months gone. All the stuff like where y'all was sending me about stuff that's happening right now, it seems to be all deleted out of my messages, which is wild. I don't know if that's happening to y'all too. Is it? They is really playing on YouTube. They not letting y'all in here. Y'all might have to come over here. Cause that's wild. YouTube, we seeing y'all. Now we running into everything we was running into on TikTok. I told y'all they over here, the peoples. Hmm. They over here too. Cause a lot of our classes are coming true. Yeah, they playing. But we talked about this, right? Cause all our classes was gonna start coming true, and so then they was gonna be trying to get rid of us. Cause ain't no way. That's wild. It's showing me it's one person in class. Everybody that's in class say hello. I don't have TikTok on my phone and block Twitter from my house. Back when old dude bought it, that part. Listen, everybody that's in here say hello, cause they say it's 4 people in here. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. This is for fair use for entertainment purposes only. Girl, cause what in the world? Wild. They doing it over here too. Deleting comments, taking views, everything. And I know it's more than 5 of y'all in here. But I told y'all that, didn't I? Didn't I tell y'all? I said it be way more people in our class than they be showing. It be way more comments and everything. They be playing with them numbers, honey. You only see 2 people on Substack, it's 25 in here. So called, maybe more. I told y'all. That's crazy. It's 25. But they playing. Now they saying it's only 4 people over here. Interesting. You see 4? Wow. But that's why I was telling y'all, like, it'll say we got 50 people in here, the whole class. Then I get out and it's 450 views. How? You said, they say shut her down. She's talking about saving souls and baptisms. This part, but it's been 25 in here showing 5. Right. Mm-hmm. Crazy. I told y'all. I see. Y'all thought I was tripping all this time. Now y'all see what they be. I'm like, them numbers is not right. I know they not right because I be at the end of class. I can see how many people. Okay. You can't see comments either? Interesting. Well, it has begun, family. So let's go ahead and. Oh, let me go put this back. Let's go ahead and get to it because I do got some stuff I gotta do to. What the heck? Oh, it's an Amber Alert. I was about to say, nigga, we about to talk about the end of the world. Don't have no stuff going on. Hold on. Wait a minute. What's it? He said, my husband don't play about your word. When you say something, he moved because he know God really talks to you. Oh, I'll tell my brother I love him a lot. I'm so excited. The Church of Christ has mobile baptism. Okay, well just pray, right? Um, and if not, if you can find somebody, we'll get them in the house. You never see comments on Substack, really? You said I'm back, was in the shower. You all right, girl? We had to get out of here anyway. So let's do this. I'm going to just run over some current events. Y'all probably already know, but I've been trying to save the videos. They are taking stuff out of my phone. They're taking pictures out of my phone as well. I noticed some pictures that I had saved of my grandkids were not in my phone. You said, and I'm about to get in the shower. Hilarious. Y'all, well, at least, hey, you said swipe left or right on there. You'll see some. Okay. They said swipe. T of y'all said swipe left or right on Substack, and you'll see some of them. I don't know how to work it, y'all. Y'all know that. I do not know how to work it. Some of y'all, salinization, whatever it's called, salinization or salination, whatever you call the little water things for the salt water. They on their way to y'all. They'll probably be there Thursday. They were supposed to be here Tuesday, but Amazon be lying. Okay, I don't know, Pumpkin. I don't know how to work it. I don't know. Listen, I have no idea. Y'all know I did this with TikTok. I don't know. And I can't worry about it. I'm sorry. Y'all know what they be doing. They do it on purpose so that the conference, because it's showing 8 people in here. This is wild. Okay? We've been marked by the CC people. You said I was like, why is her name coming to my, oh yeah, I was something else. I was watching videos last night and my phone started to static. Girl, yes. Okay, girl, I'm not giving listen. Yep, they were moving photos and videos from my phone as well. Majority of them about what's going on in the world. Okay, so I wasn't tripping. They also stealing pictures of my grandkids too. Listen, it's a real thing. Okay, a real thing. Okay, all right. So here we go. Let's get this going. It's a lot of them, and then we're gonna get to what we're gonna study. So I saw a video yesterday or the day before, and we're gonna check something. Okay, we're gonna check and see if there's a specific thing in here before I go forward. Let's see what we can find. Hold on. Okay, we're getting close here. I just want to see something. I don't know if it's in here or not. Give me one moment. Okay, so maybe this one doesn't, but I think my other one does. Okay, so who remembers when we read about the ages and how many, I think it was like what, 12, God broke it up into like 12 ages. Do y'all remember when we read that? Y'all remember? Okay, maybe it's not in here. Hold on. I'm trying to see something. very gentle. Is that mold? Oh, Jesus. I mean, a 200-year-old book, CERCA. What you think? What you think it's gonna be? Okay, it's not in here. Well, anyway, I think it's in this other one, but I gotta be very careful. So I'm gonna just look real quick. Give me a second, y'all. It's not in here either. And what in the world? Which one of these Bibles is it in? Okay, so it's not in this one either. Maybe. Oh. And this 1835. So why was it in here? Okay. Anyway. Oh no. Okay. Don't move those anymore. Anyway, I saw this girl's video. She had an old Bible, and it's probably in that one. It's probably in that one. Anyway. April 5th is either they have that as being the date Christ was born, or the date that he was crucified, or he came back to life. One of the, I have to find the video. I'm gonna find it, right? What is it about to be this year? April 5th this year means a lot, because this year, after 1700 years or whatever, they changed all the processions of how the Jews are gonna do their ceremonies and stuff this year. I guess they canceled the Passover or whatever, like some kind of proceedings over there. They canceled that. They closed the tomb of Jesus indefinitely, right? And things are heating up a lot. Remember I told y'all I thought we was gonna see him between the 24th and like the first week of April, because that's about the time that he came out. Well, April 5th has a lot to do with either Jesus' birth, resurrection, or when he was killed. Isn't that crazy? And this year, April 5th, it's going to be different than it has been in 1700 years. 17 victory. And Lucifer feels like that he has the victory over this world, and that he is going to be the victor in this war, even though we know he's going to lose. But I'm wondering what's going to happen around April the 5th. I know God didn't let me see that for nothing, right? And I think her Bible was like 1870 or 1845, something like that. But I thought that was very interesting that this year is the day he was resurrected. Okay. Thank you. Okay. And April 5th this year is the first Sunday, right? Think about it. They closed the tomb indefinitely. Y'all think they're going to try to say that man is back on April 5th? Okay. Huh? What y'all think? Because why would they close that tomb? Tell me. If Jesus ain't came back yet, why y'all ain't got it open? You hear me? Do that make sense to y'all? Do it. They're doing it this year. And they said it's been over 1,700 years. Does that make sense? Or, I mean, am I looking too much into it, do you think? Or what? If that's the day that Jesus was resurrected, okay, and now they have closed down his tomb for good, you cannot say Jesus Christ over there at all. They call him JC. I mean, just think about it. And look at everything that's going on. I don't know. Anyway, said, well, April 5th is about to happen right now. Like April 5th is next weekend. So it's a little spooky that everything is heating up. Okay. Can we do some videos? I don't know if that's a sign or what. Can we? Okay. Here go our favorite dude.
Focused on gas prices, that's what's dominating the headline. Most people right now are focused on gas prices. That's what's dominating the headlines. But that's not the real threat. There's a much bigger shock building right now, and almost nobody is paying attention. It's food. And it starts with something most people never think about: fertilizer. Share this with everyone. Let's get into it. About half of the world's nitrogen fertilizer moves through a single choke point, the Strait of Hormuz. And right now, prices for that fertilizer have already jumped roughly 50%. That's immediate pressure on farmers because this is happening at the worst possible time. It's planting season and they don't have stockpiles sitting around. They have to make decisions today based on these prices, and none of those decisions are great. They can use less fertilizer, which means lower yields and less food. They can switch crops, which means certain foods become scarce, or they can plant less altogether, which means outright shortages. Every single option leads to the same outcome: less supply. And when supply drops...
Did he tell us?
Prices don't just rise, they spike hard. So now you've got fuel prices increasing the cost to transport food. At the same time, fertilizer prices are reducing how much food can be produced in the first place. That's a double hit to the system. And most people won't see it coming till it's already here, until they're standing in a grocery store. Food can be produced in the first place. That's a double hit to the system. And most people won't see it coming till it's already here, until they're standing in a grocery store looking at empty shelves or prices they can't afford. Consider this a warning, because what's coming isn't just inflation, it's scarcity.
No? Huh? Yes or no?
This. So I just interviewed a woman named Aya Ibrahim, former senior policy advisor at the
I'll be
White
right
House and
back.
State Department under Biden. We just talked about the various supply shocks. I really want you to hear this. So I just interviewed a woman named Aya Ibrahim, former senior policy advisor at the White House and State Department under Biden. We just talked about the various supply shocks that are coming as a result of Trump's war in Iran and the price increases that are going to come with them. Most Americans are still completely in the dark about this. It's not just gas and diesel, but it's going to be food, helium, plastics. Listen to her talk about this for a second.
So another piece of this is like petrochemicals. So the things that go into plastics, which we use to package and to ship and distribute a lot of this stuff. That is another input. So it's like everything that goes into food outside of like marketing is now more expensive as a result of this war. And there are like fuel in and of itself, like energy is the largest pass-through cost. So that alone is enough to bring up prices. But then you layer on the fertilizer shortages, you layer on the plastic shortages potentially. The other thing that I would be remiss pointing out is sometimes you also have price increases in the fog of like other shocks. So,
Right. Price gouging by greedy corporations?
that happened.
Basically, everything that touches food, it's not just the gas, it's the diesel, it's the fertilizer, it's the plastic we package the food in. All of that goes through the Strait of Hormuz. All of it is going to be affected by this war, and none of it is going to get any cheaper next week, even if the war were to end immediately. In fact, I am really sorry to say it is about to get a lot more expensive. She also talked in the end there about price gouging, which a lot of corporations will do just because they can. And if you don't have an administration who will push back on that, and we don't, it's going to be really bad. The takeaway is that Trump has taken an already very fragile economy and he's setting it on fire with this war. He's setting it on fire.
Can I ask you a question? Do you guys remember in about 23 or whenever that man started running again, I said if he gets in office, he's going to tank the economy. Who remembers me saying this? He is going to run America into the ground if he gets in office. Do you remember? I said he's going to bankrupt this country. There's not going to be any extra food stamps, extra money, nothing. He's going to take all of it. Is he doing that? America's already bankrupt. They said we're insolvent. So it didn't even take a year. And exactly what God told us he was going to do in 22, he has done in 1 year. Even in that, God warned us that he was going to not just ruin this economy, but the world's economy. And that is exactly what he is doing. How would we know that? I didn't go to school for stocks and all of that. But every single thing that God had us look into, the NASDAQ, all of that, we looked into all these specific things. Not to invest, hey sister, not to invest, but to pay attention because we would know. You said in watching him at these meetings, he's been having the laughs and jokes, and this is crazy. Listen. People are starving, and this man is out of his, they keep him doped up. Okay, that's what it is. He did tell us. He did.
Veteran of the United States Army with time served in a combat zone. I served my country for 15 years before I was medically retired due to the illnesses I came back from Iraq with. I am telling you right here and now that our government is lying to us about these meteorites, and I'm going to prove it to you right now. Okay, so this is shrapnel. This is shrapnel that was found on J.D. Vance's security patrol during the Marines' 250th birthday celebration when munitions were prematurely erupted before the ceremony. Look at that. That is shrapnel, okay? All right. Now this is meteorites that people are finding in California, Maryland, Texas, Ohio, Michigan. You get the gist. Here is a picture of them side by side. Okay, for those of you who were asking in my last video, if these are truly missiles, if this is truly our government, then where are the pieces at? Well, not everything is going to look like jagged metal. Not everything is going to look like bent, crumpled pieces of tin can as shrapnel, if that's what you're thinking shrapnel looks like. There are different fragments from different ammunitions that look like different things. And as somebody who has had boots on the ground in a combat zone, while the sky is lit up with all kinds of action, I'm telling you, you are being lied to by your government. And of course, for my safety, everything that I'm saying is allegedly, of course.
Huh? When they first said they was meteors, I said, well, why they got the same tails as a missile? Huh? If they meteors, is a combat veteran saying that them ain't no damn meteors. We are being fired on. And they keep talking about what they can't do, but they're doing all of it. Hello. Who remembers us talking about what was going to be in other people's places was coming to America? And the devastation and bombs and missiles and all of this stuff prepare our minds to see it because it was going to be over here, and now it is. You say, yep, and they're putting fig in the oven so we can't see. They're hiding stuff. Interesting. You don't think that this is that God told fog? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Fog in the oven so we can. Oh, because you do live by the water. I saw somebody said that they're fogging up the area so y'all can't see like if it's ships out there. Somebody else did a video and was like, you should be able to see Catalina Island, something, and you can't see anything. Who remembers? No, look. Who remembers the day that we went, and this was early, when I said, what are the types of warfare that governments use? That's your area. Interesting. Who remembers? And we looked up weather, nuclear, biochemical, and it was one other thing. Do y'all remember this? And it used to be called like WNBC or something like that, and then they changed the name like in 21. Because in 22, 23, when you remember, Rika? Y'all remember? And that's when I was telling y'all about HARP, and we went and looked up how they make the clouds and how they made it in Louisiana. And then the cloud showed up in Mississippi, and the man from Britain drove up there. And it started to rain. Remember? And that video was from like 2008 or 2009. Do y'all remember? And it was like a hydrogen something, and they create the cloud. We watched the cloud come out. You remember? You remember now? Has everything to do with what's happening right now. You said it's fog in Hollywood right now. So see, what was a random class was not random because they are using weather as warfare. That's why Hawaii just got tore up. Y'all know that, right? Huh? Yeah, no. They're causing these floods. Other countries have the same ability we do to affect the weather of the country they plan on attacking. There's a cloud factory in Texas. Okay, see? You said it was so foggy here in Louisiana Friday. There was an accident. One person was unalive. We can manipulate weather, but they can too. Chi-Town got HARP too. Interesting. Yes, which makes sense. Geostorms, the movie keeps popping up in my head. Okay, one love. And it's so funny because Louisiana has been foggy every morning, and y'all are a coastal place. So if they wanted to, right? Which makes it sense as to why God said all of the coastal people need to get these things. Makes perfect sense. Excuse me. That makes a lot of sense as to why God told us to go ahead and grab these. Right? Because of course there's cell sleepers, but they good morning. They gonna want us to experience what they experience, and they already said it. Okay. And in the video that they made last night, it showed him in his office with a whole bunch of dead people around him. So they have been very forward in what they intend on doing. They've not hidden that they plan on shedding a lot of blood. I do believe the river of blood has already started. It started back when they started this war October 7th, back in the day. But I think, remember, we did the 6 courts, and there, we don't know how many soldiers have been killed, but they've been blowing up ships and everything. So we are literally seeing that river of blood, the beginning of it. Right? The Euphrates is dried up so that the nations of the East can march toward. We already see that a lot of people are gearing up with Iran, okay? And this whole reparations mess has set up the first partakers of the new system. Listen, it's about to get crazy. It is. And people don't believe it, Danny. And it's really, really sad. It really, really is very sad. It really is. Let me see if I can find her video real quick. Y'all know that old lady, girl, she be cracking me up. She be flipping people off, honey. But yeah, that's me as an old lady. Hold on.
So I actually have some old apples here. Some chatter that's important to do a video on. We all know that we prep for hard times. We're already in the hard times, guys. It's not coming. It's here. We are getting into the Great Depression 2.0. It's going to last 3 years. Enough to learn how to be self-reliant and safe to the government.
Nixie Pooh, it is. Did you hear? Wait a minute. What'd she say?
We are getting into the Great Depression 2.0. It's going to last 3 years. Enough to learn how to be self-reliant and safe to the government.
Right.
That's why I support this happening. Okay.
Can I ask you a question? How often have you heard about the Great Depression over here? How many of you went and did research on the Great Depression and heard a crazy lady on the internet saying this is going to be worse than the Great Depression? Believe me, please go talk to your grandparents and parents about how it was, because it's going to be worse than that. Heard that since the beginning. Oh, okay, Rika. Oh, okay. Now here's a white woman, our white grandma that we ain't never met. Some of y'all probably know her. Here she is 4 years later saying the very same thing that God told us 4 years ago. That this is about to be worse. Hello? Did God not warn us? He told us the specific words that people were going to be speaking 4 years ago. Not it sound close. No, word for word for word for word for word. It don't matter what it is. We studied about the ships. Okay? And the routes that they take. Production, how long it takes a ship to get from China, how long it take a ship to get from Turkey, how long, where your stuff was made at, who produces it, if they don't produce it, how will you get it, how will you use it, and every single thing. He was whispering in our ear so that we would not be alarmed when we heard it, but aware. Hello. Do you have to be scared when you're prepared? Do you?
But there, above all the other reasons, there is a serious reason, especially right now. What you buy today, next month, will be 25% higher on average. It's a serious reason, especially right now. What you buy today, next month, will be 25% higher on average. A lot of it more. You're saving money by prepping now. And I went into this, I think it's 3 years now, knowing this, knowing shit, we're going to save so much money. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We'd have to get a second mortgage on this house to afford what we have right now.
It's okay.
Especially canning jars.
They turned the comments
They
off.
ream canners. They really do. That's why you need an alternate source. So I'll give you an example. I called up my local co-op to order some organic long grain basmati rice and organic long grain brown rice. From last year, the price went up 30%. I said, wait a minute. We are not going to get it. We have enough rice. And I didn't talk to Janet before that. I was doing it on the sneak.
The rice that she bought last year went up 30%. Queen, didn't you tell me the rice and bean thing went up from $8 to like what, $19 or $20? We was getting that thing of rice with the beans already seasoned for like $8 or $9 when we first started getting it, and then it shot up out to almost $20-something. The same beans and rice we had just bought months or a year prior. You said I read where they telling folks don't eat canned meat, vegetables past expiration date. The date is only the shelf date for the stores, not for expiration date. Girl, you know they lying. They want people to starve. If they can get you to throw away all of your food right now, what you gonna have to do? They sell us food that they pump with CO2, and they'll let us eat that. But you want us to get rid of the food that we know for a fact gonna last? Girl, they use reverse psychology now. They tell you the stuff that don't got nothing natural in it, that's all chemicals, is healthier for you than the stuff that God made out of the ground. Right. You said yes, prices skyrocketed. I meant to post a pic about the prices. Marinara sauce jumped from $6.49 to $8.25 in less than 30 days. What the heck? And I think you said those they are the old beans. You said they don't want you to drink bottled water either. Interesting. That's what I saw too. I said, nope, I ain't throwing that down me either. I would a nigga. Y'all want me to go stand in that line? Cause in every movie that I see, it still be food in the store and they still be cooking, and it's been 4 years. You said they ate the old beans in Thief in the Night. Listen. And all the other movies. Ain't nobody listening to them. They want folks to starve to death. And folks is gonna go out because they believe anything. Listen. I ain't getting rid of nothing. I still got stuff from before COVID. I wish I would. Hold on.
Filled with rice for that. I was doing it on the sneak. We have storage bins filled with rice that is vacuum sealed.
Okay.
In 2-cup amounts, because when I do any cooking, I batch cook. Enough for
You said, and it didn't even have a wrap on it. Just the can, and they canned it up. And right, girl, please. I'm gonna open it and see what's in there. You said the jug waters I went to buy went from $1.19 and $1.29 to $1.59 in less than a year. Eggs at Walmart went down to you said 18 count, less than $5 if anyone needs some. Crazy, I was watching all the Left Behinds last night. Blow you away how we living through it right now. I'm gonna go get some more canned goods at that, not throwing nothing away. You said I get my water free from the spring about half an hour from me. Okay, you getting it in, Allison. You said, yep, I ain't get rid of anything either. If I eat it and it ain't good, all I do is poop it out, right? Or I'ma die, so then it'll be it. But I ain't about to die from not trying to eat it. I'm about to heat it up and season it up. Baby, I didn't put salt on I've heavily salted my water and all of the, because y'all know I dehydrate. I don't really can. So I'm heavily salting everything. Everything. Because if it ain't no seasonings, which we know it's not going to be because they come from other countries, I'll already have seasoning in the. Be careful talking about the supplies. They making list of who got what. Oh, I know. Girl, I just was asking my daddy how he going to protect me. And he's been doing a good job of it. I said, well, I know. You gotta think, sister, they know what I got because I got a whole list for y'all. Remember, they gave my list for 18 months and everything on it was stuff we need right now. They know what I got. But they don't know that I got Jesus. Hello. So, these, well, that ain't a good one. Let me see if I can find a good one. See? You see that? All my zucchini look like this. That's a garlic and herb seasoning. So as soon as I start soaking them in the water, this gonna season the water. I did my potatoes like this too. I over salted them because that's helping them dry out quicker. Okay, you hear me? Right. And the seasoning gonna fall. They are good chips. I ain't gonna eat them. I'm not gonna eat them. I didn't even eat none. I'm gonna get me 3 more. I do 3 at a time. Right? 3 zucchinis is about this big. Did y'all know that man who wrote the Left Behind books, son is the creator of Chosen? I think we did. I think we talked about it when he first came out. You did some zucchini and apples, yeah. Okay, so if you're doing dehydrating, right? Maybe over salt, put a little pepper. Ooh. Also, go to the dollar store and get you some salt, or if you can buy a big bag of salt, I would do so. Salt be one of the first things. Thank you. Okay, I've been, like, my potatoes is like this, sister. I season my potatoes. Like, some of them I just did seasoning salt, but real heavy on there, right? Thank you. So if I put them in the water, it's already seasoning my water. While they soaking, it's seasoning that, you know what I'm saying? You said, yeah. Now I know it's good. You sneezing. Girl, it's a lot of good seasoning. What did you say? It ain't seasoned if you ain't sneezing. Ain't that what Mr. Aldun said? The kids was eating the pineapples I dehydrated. Right. Good job. It's a little strenuous, but it works, baby. I was able to do my jelly. I did my chicken. I did my chicken stock. I was able to do that. Right? So, right. Okay. So, I say, don't blow no money. You need to be getting as much processed food that you're processing on your own, because they're charging an arm and a leg. I did jams and puckered garlic. What's puckered garlic? Is that fried garlic? I dehydrated tofu, make it like breadcrumbs. Interesting. There you go, queen. Did you hear that? You can make you some breadcrumbs out of tofu. Put it with your grass. Pickled. Oh, okay. I was about to say, what's puckered? Is that like fried garlic? How long do that last? Ooh, my allergies. Girl. Put it with your grass, girl. Yeah, you can mix that in and sprinkle a little bit on your grass that you be eating. I think it's a good idea. Okay. You know I'm gonna mess with you. Okay, here we go. Look at this.
Right now that is not making it to the news.
This was 1 day ago. Are you listening? You hear me? This was 1 day ago, 24 hours ago, this video was posted. Maybe 36 hours. Are your eyes open? Let me put y'all close together so y'all can see at the same time. Let me move this over. Okay. Is y'all ready? Is y'all eyes open? Looky.
Look, I'm not trying to scare you, but there's a lot going on right now that is not making it to the news. This right here is in Australia.
So Sienna and I have just come to Coles to literally get popcorn. And look, there's nothing. Look at the shelves here in Darwin. What the?
Right now, everybody's focused in on this war that's happening with Iran and how they... Look, I'm not trying to scare you, but there's a lot going on right now that is not making it to the news. This right here is in Australia.
So Sienna and I have just come to Coles to literally get popcorn. And look, there's nothing. Look at the shelves here in Darwin. What the?
Right now, everybody's focused in on this war that's happening with Iran and how they blocked the Strait of Hormuz, where 20% of the world's oil and gas is supposed to be flowing through, but it's not at the moment. This is causing some really big problems. People in India are fighting over gas.
Did we and did we, before I keep playing this video? Did we? Number one, and did we number two? We gonna get some more numbers. But did we number one? Talk about the shells. And it's gonna happen somewhere else, and you're gonna be thinking it ain't gonna happen to you, and it's just gonna be just like 2020. People say, oh, whatever. And then we talked about people fighting over gas just recently, didn't we? Okay. I just wanted to make sure that I was hearing what y'all. Okay. All right.
Australia's energy minister has said that they have about 38 days of gas and 30 days of diesel left in their reserves. The Philippines declared a state of energy emergency, and the International Energy Agency is saying this is the worst energy crisis in modern history. But that's not the full story. What people haven't been talking about is the fact that 30% of the world's seaborne fertilizer trade also passes through the Strait of Hormuz. Prices for that primary fertilizer called urea is already up 30%, and you better believe that's going to show up in your food prices. And unlike with oil, there's no international reserves of fertilizer that can just be released to relieve some of the pressure. Right now, the United Nations World Food Program is saying that around 45 million additional people could be pushed into acute hunger due to rising food and fuel costs and supply chain disruptions. And for all my Westerners who think that this isn't going to affect you, listen up. All of this is happening right at the beginning of the planting season in the Northern Hemisphere. Farmers are having to make tough decisions about what exactly they're going to do. Are they going to buy fertilizer or just sit this season out? How much fertilizer are they going to buy? What crops are they going to plant? And for some, this might completely put them out of business, right as the farming industry in the United States continues to consolidate into fewer and fewer hands. Another thing that's finally starting to make it to the news is that there's a wildfire in Nebraska that's already burned over 800,000 acres of land. And this has devastated grazing land for an estimated 40,000 plus cows, which means ranchers are also going to be under a lot of pressure to figure out how they're going to feed these cows. Jeffrey Snyder, the founder of Eurodollar University.
Did. Yeah, I saw. That don't give you a tickle in your stomach that the Almighty God told you play for play? That you got away from the world and focused in on what God was telling you to do. You believed even when you didn't see it. I was a stranger to y'all. Y'all didn't have to believe me. And I'm not saying believe me, but I'm saying I was the person that God was using to say, hey. Y'all did not have, y'all could have went on like the rest of the people. But baby, the things that you believed, even when you can't see it, now people are having to see it. And whether they want to believe it or not, they have to. That's, y'all have faith that, you know what, God? These things haven't started to happen yet, but something in what is going on and what I'm seeing, I'm gonna believe it, and I'm gonna go ahead and do it, even though it hasn't happened yet. Even though it has not happened, that is faith. Raise your hand if you have faith to believe The God would get you what you needed, or most of what you needed, before all of this stuff happened. And guess what? If you had faith that he was going to help you, and you not sitting in your house without no survival stuff, guess what? Your faith paid off, baby. Whether you had a job, had a car, had a nigga, had a wife, had a whatever, baby, he showed up and showed out for you before there was nothing to buy. Hubby and I was just talking about this. Listen, tell nephew, listen. He said God had me in the book of Amos. He brought famine in hopes that people would return to him, but they wouldn't. Here we go. And it came already once. He said, I kept telling my son it sounds crazy, but it's too much of it is true. Listen, you said sure is. Hello. Hello. Faith. Faith that what God was saying and what he was putting across this little screen here was going to really happen. And guess what? Your faith showed up, because now the people that called you crazy because they didn't have faith, they did not believe what the word of God said, now they're panicking. You said, now I understand why he had me in the book of Exodus. Listen. Okay. Your faith in God, believing in God's word, and now the word has come alive. Who's in a cult? Now that part. That part. You said been reading Revelations. It's going to be real ugly without faith. And Dad, I'm trying to tell you. Come on. I just ordered 5 boxes of MRE food. I think that's the right initials. You could be making it though, Marie. Do you hear me? It's a real thing, family. People don't believe. You said, and we ain't seen nothing yet. That part. Mr. Abstract, what's your real name? I know you used to be here and you came back, but I got to make sure you ain't nobody that I don't talk to no more, because there'd be a lot of weirdos on here. What's your real name? You ain't got to tell me the whole name. I remember you, but I don't remember. What's your name? Oh, okay. All right. Okay, Aaron. All right, because if it's I didn't realize how many people I done blocked. You hear me? Okay, Aaron, good job. Listen, because, honey, if you was one of the people that was in here causing me ruckus, or didn't hurt my feelings or whatever, you can't. Sorry. I just got to know, because, you know, people be weird, and people that I don't talk to be still watching me and stuff, and I don't like that. I just had to make sure you was all right. Okay. I went and water bathed my meats watching you and went and learned. Come on. You said they don't even believe in tribulations. What you say at all. And they think they're not going to be here during it. But we're in the midst of it. Listen. Oh, okay. Okay.
Have you all been here?
Oh, I think I know. Okay. Okay. I think I know. Hi. Okay. So, look. Hold on. I think it's this one. Let me see.
So Iran is trying to cut off Trump's market manipulation that he's been doing. You know, tomorrow's Monday. So Trump's going to tell a great big lie to make sure that everybody bets on the stock market one way so him and his buddies make profit. Iran says don't do that. He's going to lie. Expect
Did we talk about it? How often have you heard me say that what's in the stock market ain't really in the stock market? And they playing with y'all money. In 22. Anybody remember me saying that? To the people that had stocks, and people's like, oh, you need to buy stocks and this and that. I said, you need to get your money out. Because they about to take y'all money. Y'all remember this? I said, they lying to y'all. They're inflating that stock market, but it really ain't nothing in there. Okay. Well, it's 2026.
nothing from whatever he says because none of it's true.
Oh.
So what they're doing is they're letting you know that Trump is doing market manipulation. And for anything he says, no matter who says is coming in
or who is going out or who is fighting who. It's all meant to make the stock market surge or lose after his buddies buy it all up, because he's going to tip them off ahead of time before his speech. And Iran is actually telling everybody, not going to happen. Don't fall for it. So Iran is now playing his game. They're letting everybody know before he starts to do a market manipulation, don't do it, because it's a lie. So you're going to buy in big or buy in cheap, and then Trump's going to lie, and it's going to shoot back up or shoot back down on you, depending on if you were insider and you got the tip from him ahead of time. So Iran is trying to cut off Trump's market manipulation that he's been doing. You know, tomorrow's Monday. So Trump's going to tell a great big lie to make sure that everybody bets on the stock market one way so him and his buddies make profit. Iran says don't do that. He's going to lie. Expect nothing from whatever he says, because none of it's true. So what they're doing is they're letting you know that Trump is doing market manipulation.
Don't do that. Okay. Listen. You said you was telling people about their taking their 401ks out and stuff, or they won't be able to get it as soon. I'm trying to tell you. I remember you said it's been crashed, and look it. When people was buying all them penny stocks and stuff, I said, please don't do that. There was a guy on TikTok who drives for Uber and was saying saying a white couple was on the phone talking to their daughter in London who was closing their businesses, said the worst nightmare times 10 is coming. Oh, it is. Yeah, I seen that. It is. That's what we've been preparing for. That's why we got stuff like this. Huh? Ain't that why? That's why we got stuff like this? And stuff like this. Ain't this why we got this stuff? No. And y'all know, I think Augustin Farms is going out of business or something. Because a lot of this is not available. Did y'all know that? The powdered milk and stuff, a lot of that stuff is not available. It's some other companies too that we ordered like this kind of food from. Ain't that crazy? You noticed that too? I think they're going out of business or something. A lot of stuff is not available. My family still don't believe me when I tell them the information. I believe it, Auntie. You said I was just on their website this morning. Almost everything is sold out. Boom! Sister, come in and do the confirmation then. You know what? It's time. Might as well. I'm gonna do it. Wait a minute. Wait a minute now. Y'all know I'm learning how to work these things. Just give me a second. We got a bit lot of money. We got a bit lot of money. This bit a lot of money right here, honey. We got a bit lot of money. Oh, we got a bit lot of money. Cause this right here. This has been a lot of money right now. Uh-huh. Yeah. Sure it is. Rice. We got been a lot of money. Because that's what this is. Grains. Been a lot of money. Mm-hmm. We rich. You is rich and you didn't even know it. Huh? You is rich. You said not me over here ringing my bells too. Listen, Augustin is going out of business. Stock's real low. Huh? What? Before you can't get it. Huh? Before it's not available. Before the boats ain't moving. Before the trucks ain't moving. Because it ain't no gas. Go on and get your stuff. Why sheep? Before they start gouging prices. Oh, and the gas ain't gonna be around to move it. Hello? Yeah. We rich. Like Ed and Andy. We rich. We doing rich nigga. See, right? Let me show you something. This right here, rich nigga stuff. This right here, rich nigga stuff. Let me see. Oh, this right here, rich nigga stuff. You said, and if you look at it on Wally World, they want you to, but it's at least 3 cans, so it's more expensive. Oh, they want you to buy at least 3 cans. You said for the first time in my whole life, I'm rich. Come on, Krista. Listen. Come on. The very company that we was all, who got something from Augustin Farms in their house? Just raise your hand. Ooh. If you got one thing from Augustin Farms in your house, raise your hand. Just one. I don't care if it's 1 can of strawberries. I don't care what it is. If you got 1 can in your house, raise your hand. Interesting. And now that business is going out of business and you won't be able to get it. Interesting. How does that make you feel? I was just about to say, I'm finally rich, but started fussing at the kids. Yeah, we rich. We is. We richer than a lot of these niggas. We got been a lot of money right now. You said always knew learning to surf would pay off. You said ahead of the wave. That part. We is rich. You said 1 times 100. This is crazy. Oh, okay. We is rich. You is rich, and you thought you was poor. Maybe you didn't even know you richer than a lot of these niggas. Another survival food company called Life went out of business. Interesting. Even the big buckets of food from Augustin Farms. Listen. How you like being a fly on the wall in the movie room? As my niece said. He said, I was just talking with a client who's a veteran. I said, I'm going to need you to come strapped and ready to protect my garden and the family, and I'll feed you and yours. That part. Come on. I say try to harvest as much as y'all can, because y'all know they're going to be, it's so wild to see this unfolded. We in a movie. But God gave us the script early. You said I was on Amazon yesterday ordering supplies, and it gave me a shipment date, and then they changed it to May 11th. I tried to cancel my order, and it wouldn't let me. I'm still waiting on my rice. From March the 6th. I'm still waiting on my rice from March the 6th, and it's March the 30th. Huh? You hear me? What's that? 24 days? Not 14. 24. Right. It's the 30th. So what you think is about to be like in the next 3 months? Huh? By June. You think we gonna see what those other places are seeing? Huh? That Primus is a scam. It is. You said watch the Mylars go next. Not till we finish. I need prayers. I'm pregnant with my 3rd baby. You gonna be all right. That's funny. God was good. You need to get on Amazon if you can and get as many reusable diapers and the pad things that go in there. Because it ain't about to be no diapers. That's the next thing we was getting ready to look.
Just leaving the White House and...
Hold on. Because we didn't get to finish that video. Give me 1 second. Is this it?
At which Trump's cabinet meeting.
No, that's not it. I promise they keep messing with my videos, y'all. Some of them,
Hi everyone, it's Saturday, March 28th, and there's a huge story related to the Iran war that is just not getting enough attention. There's so much talk
your
about
Sailor
the impact
Pilot
on
bread.
the cost
What's
of gas for Americans, but there's actually a much bigger shock that will be hitting Americans that they don't even know about. It's a food production shock that is... Hi everyone, it's Saturday, March 28th, and there's a huge story related to the Iran war that is just not getting enough attention. There's so much talk about the impact on the cost of gas for Americans, but there's actually a much bigger shock that will be hitting Americans that they don't even know about. It's a food production shock that is going to impact food inflation and food supply. Let me tell you why. 50% of global nitrogen fertilizer, also known as urea, goes through the Strait of Hormuz. Prices have already risen by 40 to 50%, and this is putting pressure on farmers because they need to make decisions about their crop. Costs makes them rotate crops because of supply. So all three of these decisions will result in scarcity and lower supply. And when these conditions exist, the prices that you're going to pay for food will go up. So my 2 cents is that this impact of fertilizer is going to be a double whammy on food prices. Because we know the cost of food is going to go up because of the cost of gas and transporting food, but it is also going to go up because of the cost of the inputs themselves.
no. We are in it. Okay? Put your pride to the side. Start buying generic if you can buy more. Go to the stores and ask them if they have anything that's going bad that you can buy on a discounted price, like vegetables or whatever. The markdowns, baby, I'd be processing all of that. Some food is better than no food. Hello? All your vegetables, you need to be making stock with as much of that as you can. I don't care if you got to dehydrate it into a powder. You need to be making as much as you can. I usually pressure canner, but I also started water bathing thanks to Auntie. It's a lot easier. Listen, you said I was at Lowe's and it was hardly any fertilizer there. Small bags was pricey. You ain't going to be able to grow no food. I always go straight to markdown prices, produce and meat. Come on, Auntie. Come on, because you can salt it and do whatever it is. This is probably why God... Who remembers us talking about the dried fish? Now, I never got any. But who remembers us talking about that? Because if they about to pollute this water with nuclear stuff and all of that, the fish are all going to die. So if you can go to an international market and buy as much dried or salted fish as you can, I would be doing that. They about to tear this water up. And look, you said in food in the U.S. is the U.S. Biggest addiction. Exactly. So look at this also. Do y'all now see how a third of the animals are going to die? A third of the plants and the crops? And a third of the people, or a fourth. It depends on which version you use it in. A fourth or a third. Do y'all see? This is how it's starting. They just said that the people might not be able to feed the cows, which means beef is going to go sky high. Okay? So, the cheapest meat you can find, as long as it's good, you need to be getting that and storing it. If you can get some dried fish that you can put in the soup like they do in other countries, I'd be getting bags of it and figuring out how to store it. Where you could just soak it like the Africans do it. I know Asians do it. They get the dried anchovies and stuff like that because it's protein in there and different things, fatty acids or whatever, and omega 3s and whatever. Because it's chemicals and not actually food, so it's highly addictive, right? Right. So, I was gonna go ahead and do class, but I need to run somewhere real quick. And so, if y'all can give me about an hour or two, it ain't gonna take me that long. Maybe an hour, and then I'll be back and we can go over what I read today. But plus, I'm about to be in the kitchen because while we have clean water, we need to be using it. Did you hear what I said? You said it's already went up at my local meat market. Bison was $7 to $9 a pound. Now it's $14.99 a pound. No way. You said I'm looking for into dehydrating fish and salmon now. Yes, they got all kind of different fish. Just find something to dehydrate or have it. I mean, buy it already dehydrated. However you get it, even if you ain't. I'm now unless you're allergic. No, but if you're not, I would try to buy some dried fish. If I were you, you can make a fish soup. Throw some dehydrated potatoes, cup of carrots in there, a little celery, dehydrated celery, and you got a nutritious meal. Make you some little flatbread or something. Because it's about to get crazy. But I'm so happy that my Father thought of us. I'll be the crazy person every time, but the crazy people be ready. Don't nobody never want to talk to the crazy person until the missiles is falling down. Or until the stores is empty, and then they won't talk to us. No. So it all continue once the Antichrist is revealed. Do you think everything what happened? They revealed the world that he's here. They've already said that he's coming back this year. We know he's here already, but I think we're getting ready to see something. Remember, I told you, I said around the 24th or after in that first week, we should be seeing him because the escalation is happening and he's supposed to come and stop that. The false peace of the world. And everybody's going to say he's so diplomatic and all of these different things. Hello. So, yeah. Because now all of the world powers are getting involved. So it's lining up. And we know he's been here 3.5 years, which is crazy. 4, technically. So, I know we should be seeing him shortly. I don't think it's going to be too much longer because everything is in place. Once our economy falls, the world economy falls. And because we're bankrupt, the world's economy is already crashing because everything was built on us. And we talked about that. We talked about the world's economy crashing. This is why we went and looked up the World Health Organization and the World Food Organization, whatever that is, and we looked up how many thousands of pounds or millions of pounds of grain and where we get our garlic salt from and garlic powder and all of these different things. That's why we went and looked all that up. You remember, Tatiana? This is why we went and looked. And see, people was just kept calling our classes random. No, you just don't know what's going on over here. You don't know what to look for, sir or ma'am. Just made an organ cleanse, drink out of banana peels, cloves, and 1 bay leaf, part cinnamon. Okay. All right, girl. You making season and everything. You said YouTube, you got one more time to kick me out. I'm about to go because they playing. They playing. I got to go do something anyway. So, I will be back later. Because I need to check my potatoes, too, and see what they're doing and get another. I almost did my whole 10-pound bag of potatoes, yo. I'm excited about that. That's the one thing I love about that 10 tray, baby. It's going to get it down through there. You hear me? I did about 8 pounds of potatoes. So, I got probably 12 pounds left to do. Right? Again, as many potatoes, don't go buy them all at one time unless you're going to put them in the freezer. But definitely be loading up on the potatoes, y'all, because you can make potato bread. And I just keep thinking potato starch is going to be huge. You starting your potatoes today, girl. And why I've been saving the starch? Quit playing. Is why I've been saving the starch after I cut up all them potatoes. I ain't letting nothing Look how, and I wish I would have saved some of the, I was trying to save the ones I've been doing, but I didn't know how. Look at, that's potato starch. This can be used to make bread and other things, to thicken soups. So you know how you got a 10-pound bag yesterday? So I soak them in salt water, right? Soak them in salt water to clean the outsides, right? And then once I slice them, I put them in that cold water while I'm processing them. Well, at the end of that, it's always so much starch down in the bottom of there, and I used to be trying to save the water. I didn't know what to do. Well, you let this separate, strain it through some cheesecloth, and now you got potato starch that could be added to bread, soup, a thickener, a homemade right there. Okay. And look, that's only out of 8 pounds. So imagine if you doing 50 or 60. And you could take it and just, it's a way to do it if you're just making that. Like, you just grind them up. Come on. Potatoes now and potato. Yes. I love you too. So don't get rid of this either. Right? Now don't let the water sit on it. Once it divides, just carefully pour it out and keep your stuff at the bottom, because this can be used as well. Of course. Girl, that's why it takes so long. I'm gonna show you. Okay. Give me 1 second. So normally I peel them, but because food is gonna be scarce, I'm not doing that. Right? So normally I peel them, but I know that the peel has a lot of nutrients in it, so going forward I will not be peeling them. Even though I don't like the way they look, I know they're still good, right? So I'm not getting rid of the peels anymore. Like all my other ones, they don't have no peel on them. But now, since the actual famine is starting, I'm keeping this because this is going to be vitamins that we need, right? So I soak them in salt water, scrub them down real good, slice them, put them in the cold water, but everything is over salted. Like, I got to go get some more salt. I'm over salting the water that I process them in. It's salt in the water that they getting clean in. It's salt in the water that they're soaking in when they're getting ready to be blanched. And my blanching water is salty as well, because just for preservation, right? It's gonna kill off, if it didn't kill it in the washing and soaking, it's gonna kill it in here. Okay? And so, then I slice them, get them in there, and get them on a dryer. This way, we good. You're canning a ham now, come on, because it's about to get crazy. Okay, so if you're thinking about it, you can turn this into you said, how about you peel them and dehydrate the peels? You can do that. You can do whatever you want. I'm not. Most of my other ones are all the stuff that I did up until now, yes, but since it's crunch time, I'm just over salting everything. So any bacteria or anything, it's too salty to live. I'm talking about salt, right? Because it's what my grandma and them used to use. A whole bunch of salt, kept everything. So I'm using what they've been using for years, salt. Dehydrating them and getting them into these packages because it's about to be crazy. This our money right here. This our money. 4 ounces of potatoes, what you got? That's all I got. 3 ounces of potatoes. What you need? I don't know. I have to see what I got. This the money right here. This the bread right here. You know how, wait, look. Look. Ain't this how the niggas be doing it on the thing? This the cash right here. This the dough. This the bread. This the bag. You hear me? You see that bread? You see it? That's it right there. That's what you... Rika. Let me get my club pose. Hold on. Oh, this the money right here. Yes, baby. This the dough right here. You ain't see how we rich in this. What? I'm trying to tell you. Hey, listen, you said bread on top of bread on top of bread. Come on. Stacks on stacks on stacks. I'm trying to tell you. You said straight like that, auntie is. Huh? You see it? Oh, okay. Yeah. Because this right here is about to be worth more than rubies and diamonds. This right here is about to be more expensive than a Bentley. This right here is about to be more impressive than a mouthful of diamonds. You bought a bread box yesterday. Come on. What you call it? The tea bag, whatever that Tetra bag or whatever it is, Teflon. Okay, this is better than a Birkin. This is better than a diamond ring. This is better than a luxury vacation. This is going to be more valuable than everything that the folks that had tried to show, like, in your face. You said they got them $5 at Aldi's. Oh, I'll be over there. I'm going today. Stay on my business. I'm about to go. Joey, I don't have to tell you where I'm going. And quit telling her my business. Now I'm not going to go till later. I always say my business. Quit telling people my business. I'm about to go get me one. Not right now, but I'm going to go later. So now I don't know what time I'm coming back. Dang, I can't do nothing. Let me cover my camera because she be looking in my room. Bye, I'm about to go. They got on my damn nerves. I can't do nothing. I said, I got something to do. Bye. Where's my brother at? Tell him to come and get you. Get her. Listen, girl. I know. She always in my stuff. You said crack it up, girl. Baby, I can't read nothing, eat nothing. Think about trying to go to the grocery store for my sister about to go to the store. Come get your wife. Get her. You said I'm in the shower. He in the living room. Come get your wife. Thank you. Bye. I'm about to go.